Good morning, grade 10. Welcome to our new lesson. Before we proceed, I want to ask you one question about our previous lesson. And this question is very easy, just to make sure you can follow our lesson today. So this is my question, which is longer, a radius or a diameter? Again, which is longer, a radius or a diameter? You have 5 seconds to answer and your time starts now. So let's find out. This is our circle. So by definition, a radius of a circle is a segment whose endpoints are the center and the point on the circle. It is the distance from the center to any point on the circle. Okay, so this is the radius of a circle. And a diameter of a circle is a chord that passes through the center of the circle. So it is the longest chord of a circle and its length is twice as long as its radius. So let's extend this line. So we can move this line as long as it's in the center. So it's in the center. Alright, so in this illustration, grade 10, the diameter is longer because the diameter is twice as the radius. So let's move on to our new lesson. And of course, I always have a 1 million pesos question. Are you ready, grade 10? Alright, so this is my question. Why a passenger falls asleep on the bus? I repeat, why a passenger falls asleep on the bus? So this time you have 10 seconds to answer and your time starts now. Alright, so your 10 seconds is over. So why a passenger falls asleep on the bus? I hope we have the same answer, but I'm sure no one got the right answer because I'm the only one who made this question, and of course I'm the only one who knows the answer, and also I cannot pay you 1 million pesos for that question. So the reason why the passenger falls asleep on the bus is because the wheel is round, right, or circle. Yes, it's kind of funny, but that's the real reason, because if the wheel is triangle, will you be able to sleep when you take the bus? Of course not. So today class, we will still learn about the circle, but this time it's different because we will measure the area and perimeter or circumference of the circle. So I have two circles here. One is for area and one is for circumference or perimeter. So the formula that we're going to use to calculate area and circumference are C stands for circumference is equal to pi times D or diameter. If we know the diameter, all we have to do is multiply that diameter times the number pi and we'll get the circumference. The formula for finding area of a circle is A stands for area equals pi times r squared. So if we know the radius, we just square the radius times the number pi and we'll get the area. So let's find both the area and circumference using our two formulas. Oh yeah, before I forget, grade 10, do you know what the value of pi symbol is? And what is the relationship of the pi in the circle? To figure that out, have a look at these two circles. We're going to imagine the diameter are flexible like a piece of string that we can wrap them around the outside edges of the circle. So for each circle, if we start at the top and wrap the diameter around the circumference, you see the one diameter is not enough to go all the way around. Let's get another diameter to keep going where the first diameter stopped But 2 diameters is not enough to go all around, and we need third diameters to keep going. But 3 diameters are almost enough, so we need just a little bit more to full a circumference. That little bit more turns to be 0.14 diameter. That means that it takes 3.14 diameter to wrap one circumference to any circle, big or small. So the value of pi is 3.14. So we already know the value of pi. All we need to know is the value of radius or diameter. So let's have example number 1. How much grass can the carabao eat if the rope is 6 feet long? Remember the area, everything inside the circle will be eaten by our carabao. Using the formula of area is A is equal to pi times r squared. So this problem is easy because the radius is already given, and we can now substitute the value of pi, which is 3.14 times the radius 6 feet. Let's not forget the unit feet so we don't get confused or make mistake. So A equals 3.14 times 6 feet square. So let's first take the square of 6 feet, and will give us 36 because 6 times 6 is 36. And multiply it by 3.14 is 113.04 square feet. So in this problem, the carabao can eat is 113.04 square feet. So next problem, how wide can carabao rotate if the rope is 6 feet long? Using the formula C equals pi times D, this problem has no diameter, but we know that twice of the radius is diameter. So twice of 6 feet is 12. Therefore, the diameter is 12 feet long. We can now substitute C equals pi, which is 3.14 times 12 feet is 37.68 feet. So therefore, 37.68 feet that carabao can rotate with 6 feet long rope. That's how easy to solve the area and circumference of a circle. Now I will give you 7 problems, 1 to 6 and number 10, and answer them in 15 minutes. And submit your answer to our e-classroom. Again, answer these 7 problems and submit your answer to our e-classroom. For you to read well, you may pause this video while answering and come back after 15 minutes. I know you are all done and your answers have been forwarded to our e-classroom. Let's answer them one by one. Are you ready? Okay, for first 3 problems, what are the circumference? For number 1, what is the circumference given the radius 12 inches? Using the formula of circumference, pi times d or diameter, 3.14 times 24 inches. Where did it come from? We took twice the radius 12, so 24. 3.14 times 24 is 75.36 inches. For number 2, follow the same process, 3.14 times 12 yards. Because the radius is 6 yards, so the circumference is 37.68 yards. So don't forget the unit yards. Next, the radius 5 feet, twice of it is 10. So 3.14 times 10 is 31.4 feet. For number 4 to 6, so let's find the area of each circle. The formula that we're going to use is A equals pi times r squared. For number 4, 3.14 times 7 inches square. Take the square root of 7 is 49. We just multiply it by itself, 7 times 7. So 3.14 times 49 is 153.86 square inches. When we said area, there must be a square before the unit inches. Problem number 5. The radius is 6 multiplied by itself. We give us 36. So 3.14 times 36 is 113.04 square plus the unit yards. Number 6. Radius is 8 feet. Multiply by itself, 8 times 8 is 64, so 3.14 times 64 is 200.96 square feet. Okay, for number 10, find the area of the circle in meter. First, Let's take the area in feet. Then let's just convert the answer to meters. In this problem, you notice the given is only diameter and we need to get the value of radius, and half of diameter is our radius, so half of 10 is 5. Substitute to the formula, so we have 3.14 times 5 square. So let's take the square of 5 is 25, because 5 times 5 is 25, times 3.14 will give us 78.5 square feet. What we are looking for is meter, so let's convert it. 1 foot is equal to 0.04038, so 78.5 foot is 23.92 meters square. So that's all for today, grade 10. You have to memorize the two formula, and always remember that the twice of radius is diameter, or 1/2 of diameter is radius.